Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good day so far today. This is April Wagner, and Bobby and I are going to be your hosts today, and we're talking about LifeVantage. We have been in this industry now for 25 years, full time. This is all we've done. We partnered with LifeVantage about 4 months ago, so only with one company all those years, and really excited about LifeVantage. There is so much going on with this company, so cutting edge in the nutrition industry, but also in the marketing industry. And they are making our job so easy to grow our organization. And we are just so excited. So we're going to give you an overview, a little bit about the products, a little bit about the company, and then also how we get paid. So a lot of good information, but I really want to thank you for taking the time. I know Saturdays are typically a very busy day, lots to do, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised once we get through this presentation. So LifeVantage is at the forefront of nutrigenomics. Okay, this is actually, I'm going to start to play a little bit of a video. It's ABC Primetime. Let you listen to a little bit of it.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science.
Okay, hopefully you've already had a chance, and the person that introduced you to us let you listen to that ABC Primetime video. You know, the product the company launched with back in 2009 is so perfect for our industry, and it's such a cutting-edge product even today. It actually was a product that was created by a cardiologist back in 2003. And then this video was from 2005. And so this product actually sat on a shelf like so many good products. It needed a little bit of an explanation. Maybe it was a little bit before its time, maybe a lot before its time. And I'll explain as I go through this. But it went on ABC Primetime for investigation. And, you know, it got a bump in sales, but then it came back down. And then, like I said, in 2009, LifeVantage actually took the product over. So if you haven't had a chance, great video, really explains a little bit about the product and what a cutting edge product it is. But this is the perfect product for our industry, and something that everyone today wants to know about. You know, when you think about anti-aging, turning back the clock, and all the different disease states that come about because of oxidative stress, you're going to get real excited about just this one product that we have, but we have a whole great line of products that, you know, have come off that one product as well. So this is what is going on in the nutritional industry, and you may be well aware of it. You know, our first generation of nutritional products dealt with deficiency, and that really was scurvy. I mean, you know, taking care of that was our first generation. And I kind of equate these 5 generations to, if you think about computers or TVs, you know, everything is moving along, it's getting better, and it's happening at a faster rate. You know, the second generation was prevention, and maybe that was vitamin B's and C's, and then optimized diversity. You know, that would be where we were talking about the amount of RDA in a vitamin and a multivitamin mostly, and the amounts had gotten greater over time depending on, you know, who you're talking to. And then targeted delivery, as far as the 4th generation, that would be when they started talking about DNA and working on specific cells. Well, biohacking is totally, totally different. And so what's going on with this first product that we're talking about, the Protandim 2, is it's actually changing the gene expression at a cellular level. And so we're talking about the amount of antioxidants being 1,000,000 times more per second as compared to the old way of going, you know, 1-to-1 ratio. So they really are on the cutting edge as far as nutrition. This is our Protandim 2 that I've been talking about. And, you know, we have so many peer-review medical studies. We're actually allowed to say that within the first 30 days, you can show reduction in oxidative stress by 40%, because there's so many studies. Like I said, there are 23 peer-review studies. There are many patents that we'll get into. And this is an all-natural product. It's a synergistic effect of this product that we're getting this great result from. And like I said, there are multiple patents. But originally I talked about the 1-to-1 ratio as far as the antioxidants, and that's what they mean by that house on fire there. What they're doing is, if we worry about taking antioxidants in through fruits and vegetables, it's like throwing a glass on a house fire. But if we're taking something like Protandim 2, we actually have the fire department come and put it out, because, like I said, the gene expression is 1,000,000 times per second. And so, you know, that way we're able to take care of a lot of different disease states out there. And this is just an idea of the many different disease states that are out there. And I know you know this, but quite often when I talk to people, particularly lay people that aren't in maybe the medical field, they think when I talk about stress, I'm talking about stress of a job or a spouse or, a different type of stress. So this is oxidative stress, and really it affects everyone, whether it's aging because you're younger, you want to use it as preventive, or maybe you have some of these diseases. I know a lot of times when I talk to people, they're like, wow, my mom has that, my dad has that, my sister has that, or maybe it's something they personally have. And we have seen so many, again, remember, it's just 4 months, but we have seen so many great testimonies from so many people, with this product already. We've got a Facebook page going and a lot of people are posting different things, and we are seeing all kind of results from young people with attention deficit to different, skin rashes, to people, getting all different types of, whether it be, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all the different things that are going on that we're getting results with this product. So it's really, really cool product. So this is the patents that we have on the product. Excuse me, let me go back one more. This is the patent that we have on the products. This was of concern to Bobby and I because, if you're going to build a large marketing company and you're going to get a lot of residual income, as we've made over 15 million in the industry. So, we wanted to make sure if we put our efforts and we backed a product and a company that, we were going to be well rewarded for it. So, Protandim 2 has done a great job of making sure that they have tons and tons of patents on this product so that, the drug companies that are out there that are actually trying to get a hold of some kind of synergistic effect like we have aren't able to do that. So we're excited about all the different patents that they have on this product. And this is a study that was done by Washington University, and the important part of it is we may be on the verge of new literature on the health effects of NRF2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in history of medicine. So again, like I said, there are a lot of drug companies trying to chase what we're doing, but again, that's not going to be an all-natural effect. This is kind of an idea of what's going on. There's actually a drug out there that people, in order to cure this disease state, will spend $60,000 a month on this, not a month, a year on this product. So $60,000 a year they're spending to be able to get cured. But there's horrible, horrible side effects taking those drugs. And you've listened to any commercial on the TV and you wait for the end of it and they go really, really fast. But, a lot of times it could be terrible things like, eyesight and excessive bleeding or death or, all these terrible things that go on that they mention at the end. Our product is $40 a month compared to $60,000 for the year. So again, not only is it safe, there's no side effects, it's all natural, it's got tons of peer review studies and patents, but just an amazing, amazing product that, again, we are getting tremendous results with. Beginning in 1999, the National Institute of Aging conducted a study to investigate treatments with the potential to extend lifespan and delay disease and dysfunction in male mice. You know what? Guess what happened? And when you go back and listen to that ABC primetime video, they kind of allude to this, but they hadn't had the product long enough to deal with it. Well, Protandim positively impacted the lifespan by 7%. I mean, this is exciting stuff. People are talking about living longer, having more quality, keeping disease states under control. Very, very exciting. And there's not another company out there that has anything like this. Even with the drug companies chasing us, nobody has anything nearly as effective and, no downside to it and very, very cost effective. So, we have a really cutting edge product there. But, we've got a full line of products. That same cardiologist came out with a product called Protandim 1, which is a NRF1 product. And so as we get older, the amount of mitochondria we have at a cellular level greatly decreases. And that's a direct relation to energy. And so as people get older, a lot of times they sleep a little bit more, they have less energy. So the Protandim 1 deals with that, which also should be used with the Protandim 2 to help with the oxidative stress. So that is a great combination and what I would say would certainly be a must for anyone. The next is our skincare line, which also has that NRF2 in it. So, we know we're getting great, great results at a cellular level. Well, I want to slather it all over my body so the outside can be as healthy as the inside. And so there's an under the eye cream, there's an anti-aging cream, there's an all over toner corrector there, and there's a cleanser. We also have an under the eye to help with bags and dark circles there. So a full skincare line. And I've tried many things out there and just truly was surprised and loved that product. The next is Axio, which is an energy drink, which really focuses on brain health, as does most of our line. Very concerned with, the rise of dementia and just, people with foggy brain and fast-paced life out there. So this is a great product, 5 different flavors. 3 of those are in a caffeine, and 2 of them have no caffeine. So if somebody's concerned with, and they are very up-to-date flavors that people love. We have a full weight loss line that includes a cleanse. It's got a pre-probiotic in it. It's got a protein and a fat burner. And I got to tell you, I've got quite a few friends now that are losing weight on this package. Myself, I've lost 10 pounds. My husband's almost up to 20. So we're real excited about it. And I can't say that we feel like we're starving ourselves or really denying ourselves. We're just making sure that we have our shake every morning and use the cleanse and the fat burner and the probiotic. We also have a pet product as well. So, if you love the results you're getting on the probiotic, not on the probiotic, on the Protandim too, you're going to love giving this to your pet. Have to tell you, many of you know my cousin Ed is 17 years old at this point, and we've had a day or two where we were really worried that, maybe this was getting to be the end, and we give him this pet Protandim, and some days he just comes running around like he's 3 years old, and so almost scares us because we're like, don't move that fast. So, we have a great line. We also have an omega-3 that's got the omega-7 in it and the D3 in it. Great product line that we are just getting amazing results with. So what I want to do is invite my husband to come out, and he's going to tell you more about the opportunity we have and how big an opportunity this is, again, because we have a product that's exclusive. There's nobody better with numbers, as far as I'm concerned, in the industry, and he's great at marketing as well. So just a second for my husband. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. I know we got people. I was looking at the list of folks who are joining us today, and we have people on the West Coast in California where it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We're here on the East Coast at 12 noon, and I know our friends in the Netherlands. It's around 6 in the afternoon. So we appreciate you getting involved and hopefully getting your prospects on this webinar to learn more about it. But this is our building. What you see in the picture, that's LifeVantage. LifeVantage is in Utah. I'm not sure if it's exactly Salt Lake City or just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. And I want to take a minute to just tell you a little bit about how we came to choose LifeVantage. And it's really interesting because when we spent 25 years with one company, one family, one privately owned business, and it was a good run, and we had the privilege of working for close to 20 years with physicians. But when April was going through those categories of nutrition, the 1 through 6, and kind of where we are and how science has changed, our product line 20 years ago was a category 1, category 2. And not a lot changed over the 20 years. We were ahead of our time 20 years ago, but, then that was it. It never really changed. And that family made a decision one day 4 months ago to pull the plug and close the doors. And that was our last check, after all that time. But you know what? We found out something. We found out that even though we had been very, very loyal and dedicated to one family and one company, we found out that the industry had evolved and changed over that 20-year period, even though we hadn't. And we were looking at certain things. There were things that we wanted if we were going to go, with a new company and stay in the industry. And I'm just going to give you a couple of those things, just so you know where our heads were at. You have to realize we got a phone call one morning at 10 o'clock in the morning saying, we're closed. Done. It's over. Okay. And the very next day, a lot of companies in the industry were bombarding us, trying to recruit us. And I mean corporately, corporate CEOs, presidents, vice presidents were trying to recruit us into their company. And we realized, wow, we were free agents, and all of a sudden we really had to pay attention to what did we want to do next? What were we looking for in a company? What were some of the things that we wished we had in our other company that we want to make sure we have in our new company? And, in that checklist, it really started with the products and knowing how important the weight loss was to our doctors, knowing how important the fish oil was to our doctors. There were just some things in the product line that we wanted to make sure that were there, but we also wanted that product that had a story that nobody else had, because those are the companies that turn into billion-dollar companies. They're the ones that last a lifetime. And when we heard about Protandim, Nerf 1 and Nerf 2, and we heard that there were 7 different patents with those products and 23 peer-reviewed studies, we knew how much the doctors were going to like that stuff. And to me, and I'll be honest with you, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business guy. Reading about the product doesn't make it work any better as far as I'm concerned. When you use it, it either works or it doesn't work, okay? And that's the mind of a simple-minded, street-smart entrepreneur, and that's how I think about things. That's growing up in New York on Long Island. That was my mentality. But I also know that information being readily available to someone of a higher education, like a physician, is important. So when we were able to check all those boxes, we were able to then start looking at some of the important things in business, okay, like timing. Okay, we knew because of our past experience, getting involved in the beginning is a good thing, okay, but there's some exceptions, okay. You don't want to get in too early because, look, 9.5 out of 10 are just simply not going to make it, okay. They're not going to make it. And the odds of you getting lucky enough to pick the right one that's going to make it, I wish I could tell you it was based on knowledge and education. I really do. I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. A lot of it just has to do with luck. But once you get to that 5-year mark, now you've really put the odds in your favor, where if the company's at least 5 years old, it's going to make it. Okay, 95% of the companies that hit that mark are going to stay around long term. And the reason I bring that up is LifeVantage is 8 years old. Okay, we're an 8-year-old company. And you could see where we are with that little bubble. Okay, we are just short of hitting momentum stage. Now, what does momentum mean? Momentum means that's when 90% of the growth happens. We're a $200 million company. We're no, that's a decent amount of business. And where half of it's in the United States and the other half is around the world in 9 other countries. And I love the fact that we're in Canada and Mexico. I love the fact that we're in Japan and Thailand and Australia. And I really love the fact that we're in the Netherlands and Germany and the UK. Okay, that's important. And I know we're in the early stages of doing business in China. But what's most important to me is the United States. Okay, that's where I live. Just like my friends in Netherlands, that would be their most important place. And we are a $200 million company. That means we're doing a decent amount of business. But the company's business plan is to be a multi-billion-dollar company like those companies at the top there, the Amways, the Mary Kays, the Herbalifes, companies that are 35, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. Okay, so you want to catch a company when it's just starting to go into its momentum stage, where it's going to have a 5 or 10 year run straight up. Okay, and that's how your income can multiply. That's when you can just strike while it's hot, and we're at that point. But another thing that really excited me is that we're publicly traded. And again, I said earlier, I love the mentoring that I got and the family that showed us how to build this business in that prior company. And I'll always be appreciative for that. But I will never be appreciative that the family had a vote and decided to close the doors with no notice and just lock up and be done. Okay, I'm never going to get used to that. And when you're a publicly traded company and you got shareholders and you got a board of directors, hey man, you can look at what's going on. Okay, that's not going to happen. And, I take great comfort in knowing that now. As a matter of fact, for some of you business minded folks out there, this is a chance where you can double dip. You sign and start your business here and start building it. Okay. And what the heck? It's a $4 stock right now, man. Buy some. And every month you get a check. Just take part of the check and buy some more and double dip. Build your distributorship for the long term and enjoy the benefits of what's going to happen to the stock as we become a billion and multi-billion dollar company. So your options for getting started are very simple. I love the simplicity and the technology. This is an online business. It's a social media business. It's very easy to do. When I lived up in Patchogue on Long Island, everything was about live meetings and just, getting people to either come to the office or come to the hotel, and you were dragging people everywhere. Now with technology, this is just so easy to do. You just send somebody a video, they watch it, they can either watch a webinar or a recording of it. You do a conference call, you do business all over the world from the comfort of your home, your desktop, your iPad, or in most cases, your cell phone. So here's your options. The best choice to get started is obviously the first one is a platinum pack. It's $1,250. And you're going to get about $1,700 worth of product, a full selection of all the product. The second best choice is $650, or for my friends in Europe, euros. Okay, you're getting about $830, $850 worth of product. And the third best option is the silver package, which costs $350, and you're getting the equivalent amount of product, give or take. Now, besides the product, you're getting your distributorship, your business. You're getting your back office, which allows you to manage and run your business. You're getting a landing page that you can use for advertising, and you're getting one of the coolest, nicest websites, most user-friendly websites I've ever seen in my life for when you're sending people to start their business, or for when you're sending people that want more information. I'll tell you something that's really cool about the website. We all have the same site. They're all identical, but you know what's neat? Somebody wants a little bit more information about Protandem and they go to your website. Do you know every product on that website has a 2 or 3 minute video that goes with it? And if they go to Protandem on your website, there's a short video there that they can watch, kind of explains what it does and why it does it. I think that is just awesome. Now, we get paid, and get this, okay, we get paid 5 times a month. We get paid 4 weeks, okay, 4 weekly checks every Friday, and then we get our monthly check for our residual income, and we earn 40% on everything that we do personally. So here's the way I've always explained it. I always wanted to know, tell me what I get when I do something myself, and tell me what I get when one of my downline distributors does something. Well, I'm not going to go into the 8 different ways that we earn money, because there really are 8 different bonuses, but I'll keep it simple because we're doing just a general overview here. You make 40% on everything you do personally. So if you enroll someone in the business as a distributor and they buy a package for $350 or $650 or $1,250, you make 40% on that enrollment, and the following Friday, you will have the money in your bank account. It's that simple. If you tell someone about the product and they buy it retail, which I don't advise, okay, but they can if they insist, okay, what I do advise is that they buy it on a monthly subscription, because they're going to save 20 or 25% by doing that, okay? And when they do that, when you enroll a customer, you make 40% the first time that they order. And then every order after that, you get your residual income. So for everything you do personally, you make 40%, and it's paid every Friday, okay? After that, we're looking at residual income. And again, I'm not going to explain this in detail. I just want you to understand, I have written compensation plans, okay? April and I have done that over 25 years. Believe me, we understand this, okay? This is the fairest, most balanced compensation plan that I've ever seen. And your residual income is anywhere from 5 to 9% on everyone in your group, but you also get a matching check bonus Okay, in other words, as you help your people begin to earn their commission checks, the company will pay you anywhere from 5 to 10% additional bonus based on the amount of their check. Okay, and here's maybe the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. Okay, there's an elite pool, which is paid monthly. The company calls its ranks Pro 1, and it goes through Pro 10. So you could be a Pro 1, a Pro 2, a Pro 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? As you move up, here's what the company did that I've never seen before, and I am not aware of any other company that's ever done it. Once you become a Pro 7, and then a Pro 8, and then a Pro 9, then a Pro 10. So I'm talking about the elite pool, number 3 on the slide on the right. You share in 1% of gross company sales. Okay, so right now we're doing 200 million. So the company takes $2 million, okay, $2 million, and divides it up between the Pro 7s in the business. Okay, so that it gets divided up by 12 months and then divided by the number of Pro 7s in the business. So right now that share is worth, the number I've heard is $2,000 or $3,000 a month, okay, is what somebody gets there just in that 1% bonus. When you become a Pro 8, you get another 1%. That's another $2 million that's being divvied up among the 8s, okay? Now that bonus I hear it right now is $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month, okay? It's triple or quadruple. Well, that makes sense. There's less Pro 8s than there are Pro 7s to divvy it up, okay? Once you're a Pro 9, you get another 1% of $2 million, you know, that's $2 million and you divvying it up. That's about $15,000 a month for each Pro 9. And the Pro 10s right now are divvying up $2 million, and it's approximately $28,000 to $30,000 a month. And guess what? If you're a Pro 10, you get all 4 of them. If you're a Pro 9, you get all 3 of them. If you're a Pro 8, you get 2 of them. And if you're a 7, you start with the 7. See, when you look at how fair the bonuses are here, it gets very exciting because you could take the new person that's just looking to, you know, look, maybe they have a job. And most people, when they start in this business, they do have a job, okay? And maybe they're limited to weekends and evenings for starters, okay? Because they have a job and maybe they're worried about losing it. Maybe they're worried about not getting raises. Maybe they're worried about, you know, aging out. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that go on when you're employed by somebody. And what I love is the fairness of how everybody in the business earns 40% on what they do personally. But you know what? Look at that box on the screen now. These are the numbers published on the NASDAQ for LifeVantage on their earnings, okay? This is not make-believe stuff. This is not hearsay, okay? When someone becomes a Pro 4, and you know what a Pro 4 is? A Pro 4 is somebody's business that is doing $10,000 a month in organizational volume, you know, downline. Everybody combined, that's what it is. You know, the monthly average for that person's about $1,200. But some people, you know, have made over $14,000. But we're just talking about the monthly average. You know, that's an extra $15,000 a year. That goes a long way to supplementing income. But if you look in the next one, Pro 5, that's somebody just doing $20,000 a month in volume. Now you're looking at $2,500 a month, you know, right under the red box, the next one. That's $30,000 a year. Pro 6, now you're talking about making an extra $80,000 a year. And then look at what happens at Pro 7. Pro 7, now you're about $150,000 a year. Pro 8, you're about $300,000. 9, you're about $600,000, and our Pro 10s, of which there are already 10, we are only 8 years old, there are already 10 that are earning over $100,000 a month, over $1 million, $1.5 million a year in residual income. And I'll tell you something, that is really what got my attention, because we've had the good fortune of making $100,000 a month in the other company. But there was never more than 1 or 2 people at the same time earning that in that company for 25 years. And here we are, 8 years old. This tells you how together this company is. It tells you how great the Pro Tandem and the rest of the product line is. Okay, after just 8 years, there's already 10 different distributorships making $1 million a year, all verified by a publicly traded company. Okay, we're also the sponsor of the Real Salt Lake soccer team. Okay, not bad. Okay, I'm a baseball fan, as you guys know, but hey, you know, that's big time, man. As you've seen Herbalife on soccer uniforms all over the world. Well, LifeVantage is the sponsor of Real Salt Lake. But here's all it takes to get started. And I'm going to tell you this. Do not overthink this. Okay? This is a simple business, and I'm going to give you a couple intangibles, but here's how easy it is. You send a text message. Okay? You share a 10-minute video. That was the video that April started. Okay? That ABC primetime video. You share a video, and then you move the person to an event. An event could very simply be a 3-way call, an opportunity webinar like this, or some social. Okay, it could be anything. That's how you do this business. This business gets done by sharing YouTube videos and text messaging, and then getting them on the phone with somebody that knows a little bit more than you do or has a little experience. Now, here's the intangibles, okay? April and I are full-time in this business. That means we're available during the morning, during the afternoon, during the night, and on weekends. That means that you get to maximize and leverage your situation in case you're not free all those times. Okay? So you know, the key to this business, look, we did this long distance our whole life. Okay? When we got involved with our first company, you know, the people that were mentoring us in the business, when we met them, lived in Atlanta, and then the rest of their career lived in Dallas, Texas. Okay, we lived on Long Island, and for the last 13 years, we lived in Florida. So we always did it long distance, and back then it was just by telephone. Okay, that's really all you could do. Now look at the tools that we have to do this business. You know, I know my friends in Europe are on today, and I'm going to close with this, and this should excite you. Okay, if it doesn't, I don't know what will. You know, we are big baseball fans, and our youngest boy is a good baseball player. He's playing in college. And we were on our way from Orlando to Birmingham, Alabama, and our team in Netherlands was doing, you know, one of their first meetings 3.5 months ago, getting their team together. And we did a webinar from our car on the way to Birmingham, okay, from Orlando, with our dog, Cousin Ed. April mentioned him. He uses the pet tandem, in the car with us, watching the webinar with us. And so we were doing business internationally from the car on the way to baseball with our dog. I'm telling you, this business is anywhere, anytime with anybody. There are no rules, okay? You can get stinking rich in this business if you understand the simplicity and the tools that are available. We all text. We all share videos, YouTube videos and Facebook videos, okay? And all we got to do is plug people into an event. Okay, that's it. That's all we need to do. So here's what you got to do. Get with the person who told you to get on this today and say, hey, I'm ready to get started. Okay, and let them, the starting process takes 3 or 4 minutes. That's all it is to it. Okay, if you got some questions, just say, hey, I got questions, you know, and get them answered and then get started. But start right away. $12.50 is your best option. That's what we did, okay? That's what our kids did. That's what April, we all did it, the whole family, okay? That's what we did. But if you can't do it, then do something. Do the $6.50. If you can't do that, do the $3.50, but get started, okay? And anyone that's got any questions directly for us, just reach out to your sponsor, let them know what it is, and if you don't have our number, they do, and they can reach us. So anyway, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to meeting you real soon. If anybody wants to get a lot of information real quick, you're welcome to join us in Indianapolis next weekend. The company's going to have about 5,000 distributors from around the world in Indianapolis, and you can come. If you want to join us, we'll make room for you. Just let us know. It's Friday and Saturday, the 16th and 17th. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you. Bye-bye.